Figured today was as good a day as any to finally do the full review of our Deutz 5105 that we bought from Midland Ag in Cabul, Missouri. All right, so as you guys may remember, we bought this tractor last year. It's been a full year now that we've owned this tractor. We've put just over 400 hours on it, and figured I'd give you my 1 year thoughts. We're fixing to hook it up to the mower, mow some hay, and as everyone knows, it's been super rainy here in Missouri, which has been wonderful. So I've been just kind of waiting. It's not gonna rain today, it's not gonna rain tomorrow or Wednesday. It's gonna rain Wednesday or Thursday night, maybe. So should have a little bit of a window to get some knocked down and give it a couple days to dry out and rake it up and bale it. So we're gonna try it. But since we've got it kind of cleaned up, before we do that, take a look at it. It's 100 and I think it's rated at 106 horsepower. I think that's what they rate this one at. It's got the Stoll front end loader with third function, 4-wheel drive. It's got 3 sets of remotes, quick attach 3-point. This one just has the arm over here for the 3-point at the back, which that's still nice, you know, when you're back here. The more premium models have the switch, the button over here to go up and down. This one does have a PTO stop, so if you're out here and the PTO is still running for whatever reason, you can hit that. It does have a sensor in there. When you get out of the seat, it will, unless you turn, there's a button where you can turn it off. The PTO will automatically turn off. It's been a good tractor. Like I said, we used it to put up hay last year. That was the main reason we bought this tractor, because our 2940 was broke down at the time, our John Deere, and we needed a tractor. We just bought this place, and we had hay to haul and unload, and we had hay to put up, and we needed a tractor. So we're like, all right, we're gonna buy a new one. So that's what we did. Right off the bat, you know, that's all the good things. You know, the third function has been amazing for the feed box on the front. You guys have seen videos of that. It's a tough, well-built tractor. Let's talk about the negatives, because that's what everybody wants to know. Okay, and one of the very first things that I noticed is whatever adhesive that Deutz likes to use does not work very good, because this door seal fell down. That was one of the first things that happened within like the first couple weeks, and so I kind of have to keep pushing it up. And no, it doesn't have the metal in there that you can squish together. So that's just something. Like the decals, they came off, as you can see there. Another spot, like this throttle sticker is coming up. So just, you know, minor things like that. And you know, is it that big a deal? No. Is it groundbreaking? No. But that is something to be aware of if that bothers you. It kind of bothers me, but at the same time, you know, I didn't pay $150,000 for a tractor, so I can go for functionality more than, you know, fun stickers. The dreaded DEF system. Okay, so far we really haven't had any DEF problems. The day it was delivered, we had the sensor that goes down inside. I can't remember what he called that. The whole head, basically, he had to pull that out and put a new one in, because from sitting at the dealership, it hadn't been ran enough, you know. It wouldn't allow the tractor. It derated me. That was on day 1. But there again, Midland Ag, those guys came out, swapped that unit out, and we were back up to go. Same with the PTO switch. The PTO switch was bad on day 1. There again, put a new switch in, no problems. We have had 2 DEF sensor warnings go off. They have not derated me or put me in limp mode or anything like that. And the last one, he came out and we couldn't find the problem. He was like kind of just making sure all the connections were together, nothing looked loose, and all of a sudden it went away and we could never get it to come back. So nothing was broken. There was just maybe some little hiccup in the system, and that's the problem with computer systems. Anybody knows, you know, restart, you know, hit the restart button and maybe it'll work. So that one more thing that we have had an issue on in 400 hours is with the loader. If you can tell, this hose is cracked and leaking. Okay, so they're gonna, whenever I take this in, we're gonna see if we can get it serviced today. I'm kind of coming in. He told me, he's like, just bring it by whenever. So I'm gonna call him when I'm headed that way. If he can get it in this morning, I'll have him service it real quick, and he can take measurements on that or whatever and see if he can get a new hose made. If not, I'm gonna take it straight to the hayfield. I've got like 40 acres that I'm gonna go do, so I won't put very many hours on it. And like I said, we're only at 400 hours. The book recommends, I think, the next oil change not until, you know, 700 hours or something like that. So we've got plenty of time, but you know, it's better to, in my opinion, do things more routinely than to wait that long, even though the book says it should be fine. Another thing to watch is these connections in here can get loose. They're good. It was brand new, you know, things move around, whatnot. I wish I could tell you there was more negative things about it, but honestly, we just haven't had any problems with it. Now, there again, I'm not farming with it. I'm not, you know, putting big implements behind it, pulling it, dragging it. You know, it puts out hay, unloads semi trucks when they come in. You know, I go get hay from the haystack. I put the feed box on the front end. I scrape the barn with it. I pull a brush hog with it a little bit here. We put hay up with it, move the grain wagon around with it if we need to. There's the grain wagon. Fill the feed box on the pickup truck out of the grain wagon with it, off the hydraulics, just, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm not gonna say that I'm using it as hard as I could, but it does get used, you know. Like I said, in a year we've put over 400 hours on it, so slightly above average, I would think. Let's take a look inside the cab. This could be some more negatives, like the little set screw came out. I actually have it over here in the cup holder, fixing to put it back on. Same, you know, that came out. There again, like these, that's not even it's not even worth talking about. But here's your 3 remotes. I do like, you can turn these and lock it. So like, whoops, when I'm filling the feed box on the feed truck, you know, set that and then I can get out and watch it or whatever. 4-wheel drive, diff lock. This is your diff button. I've never had to use that. You've got your 3-point throttle. Your ranges, these are your bucket controls. You have your third function, bucket float, and all that good stuff. Gear shift. This is not the premium model, so there's a lot of, you know, we call them poverty buttons, right? You know, so there is other options you can get. There's your wipers, sunroof, which is nice. Like if you're stacking hay up high, you can flop this up. You can see, you know, because this bucket goes super high. It's a real nice loader. Radio, all that good stuff. Some of my favorite features. We'll go over the favorite features now. The stop and go feature is super nice. So if you're baling hay, that's the time I've used it the most, or stacking hay actually. But you press this, and then all you gotta do is hit the brake, and you're gonna, it's literally the same as putting your clutch and brake in at the same time. You hit your brake and you're gonna come to a nice stop. Let that bale make, or whatever you're doing, kick the bale out, you let go, and you take off again. And that's it. So the stop and go feature, super nice. I love it, you know, forward reverse like that. This bar up here is nice. This is where I put my monitor, so this is a nice spot for the monitor. It's kind of in the way if you're wanting to use this door a lot. You know, you gotta like my cowboy hat hits this all the time, but there again, that's just a me thing. The seat is comfortable. It's got your buddy seat. Cab's got plenty of room. The air conditioner works good. That is another negative, is where they put these. I hit that with my foot all the time, getting in and out. And as you can tell, I've actually busted that that vent there. So that's another thing. But I don't know. That's the cab. That's the inside. Good visibility. I mean, you can see everything in here. It's a good tractor, guys. If you have any specific questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll ask, and if I don't know the answer, maybe we can get one of the techs to answer the question, and then I can get back to you on that. Yeah, if you're in the area, go check out Midland Ag in Kabul, Missouri, and those guys, Stacy and Bo, and the other techs there, they'll help you out and they'll get you going, and it's a great place, and I've had good luck Bear. In fact, they've got my baler now. I'm gonna go pick up my baler. So yeah, if you have any questions specific to this Deutz, let us know, and we'll try to get them answered. Make sure you're following along, like, subscribe, follow all our other social media. We do a lot of fun stuff around here, like tractor reviews. So if you like that kind of stuff, stick around.